Buena, amigos de Lucha HSP. We're back again with another episode of Wrestling here with Lucha House Shows podcast. Está que esto, to say it properly, like we said last time, thanks to Voice of Violence. Like always, you can find us all the social medias. We're in Instagram, we're in Facebook, we're Spotify, YouTube. We've been putting a lot of stuff. Thank you very much for people that's been subscribing, putting likes. We're getting a lot of views. A lot of the shorts are getting really good response. We're putting a lot of snippets of what we talk about the show. So just you can see our faces, our reactions to what we talk. So you can see when we disagree with stuff and when we're not. And we still got more content to come too. We got some of the Renzo's recommendation as well. So we got plenty coming. So put the subscriber and then just put the little alarm so you can get your notification when things are coming. Same for Spotify, our house, pretty much where we put all the stuff. And like I was saying, I'm by myself. With Sim Restaurants, who is back this week, and the Voice of Violence, Marcy. How you guys doing?
Hey, good, man. Yeah, excited. The only thing hotter than the Australian heat right now is wrestling. And I don't just mean WWE. I mean all of wrestling. It's red hot. So really pumped for this episode. Really pumped to have a chat with you guys. Good to see Red Carpet Renzo back as well.
Yeah.
Back from the red carpet. Yeah, look, Mars, I'm happy to be back. And yeah, you're right. For all of wrestling, right? This is a great week. And we're going to talk about that in the episode. But no, good things have been coming and good things are on the horizon as well.
And we cannot start without talking about the greatest reveal that we were saying. AEW was missing the little spice it was giving us in every single pay-per-view. What was going to happen at the end? And it happened this time. It was the massive shocker, which was Edge, but more like Adam Copeland, debuting in AEW, bro. What the fuck? I want to hear first from the person that saw it live because we missed it. I was doing stuff. I couldn't watch it live. Mas couldn't watch it live, but Renzo was watching it live. So how was watching it? How was this compared to when Edge came back Royal Rumble?
I think this one was probably it hit hardest. I did get emotional when Edge came back in the Royal Rumble, but this time it was a whole lot more, man, because I'm sure you guys saw there was a lot of time towards the end and you just didn't know what was happening, right? And you were kind of left with, okay, Christian, he's doing his, bad things and Sting came out and you think this is it. This is the end, right? And even up until the car driving, the little vignette that he made with Darby Allin, the little vignette coming into the stadium, I just couldn't fathom that could be Edge, even though the song was the band that Edge has his music on. Yep. And I was watching it, and I was watching it with my partner, and when Edge came out, she said to me, she looked at me and she said, are you crying? I literally was crying. I had tears coming out of my eyes, man. I could not believe it. It was just
it's a real tease.
The emotion, man. Yeah. And we talked about it, right? We've talked about it when Edge was his final match. We were like, no, this guy's a WWE guy for life. He's a lifer. And here he is, man. It was the biggest shock.
And now I want to hear from Marce, the guy that said it could never happen. There was no way. Not just in hell. And it happened, man.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I put it that high, but or that low. Nah, man, I was like as you guys, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it live, so I just messaged you guys and just let me know if Edge comes out. And the next minute, like bang, there's Renzo posting the video of Edge coming out. And look, call him Adam Copeland, call him Edge, whatever you want. The guy's a megastar. The guy's a superstar. I'm really pumped. This has got me really excited about AEW. Actually, I'm a massive Edge fan. Have been for a long time. Love these Brood stuff. Love his rated R superstar stuff that he did with Lita. Really looking forward to like what in my view is eventually inevitable, and that will be him and Christian joining up again and facing the Hardys. I mean, it's not going to happen now, but it's going to happen. You can put your house on that. Yeah. I was really pumped, and the fact that he got to use his own music, And the fact that he got to use the fact that he got to use Rated R Superstar because that WWE surprisingly let that trademark go in 2020. It's great. And look, I don't mind that he's using Adam Copeland. It's a different character. It's the same guy, but it's not Edge. It's just something that only wrestling fans understand. You try and explain that to a person that's not a wrestling fan, and it'll be like put him in a round room and tell him to find a fucking corner. They won't understand. But no, I'm really excited, man. You can probably tell in my voice. I love Edge. It was fantastic. I didn't cry, but I wasn't watching it live. But if I was watching it live, I probably would have shed a tear. There's no shame in that, Renzo.
Oh, no. And we all cry, man. I told you guys a story about me and Undertaker. So, we all have those moments in wrestling. Fuck. Look, he was nuts. I was one of the things. It was not going to happen. He was tired, but then watching back, and I think I'll share again that video when he was talked about what was happening when WWE, when everyone's saying, "Oh, he's leaving," all the stuff. One of the things he said there, he said, "I just want to see if it's something exciting for me to do there," and that was kind of the key word, something exciting, and you can see on his face on the press conference post Wrestle Dream. He was like a kid in a candy store. He was just so happy. He was so pumped about everything. And the one thing I also liked about that press conference is how Tony Khan finally, he's listening. Dude, I said it many times. They listen to us. This is crazy. We said it. He needs to chill the fanboy. He did. If you realize and you watch a press conference, he was not a fanboy. He was Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, director, creative. He was so composed that I was surprised, because any other time he was just the biggest fan. He was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening." And with Edge, man, you're talking about the one superstar which is across many generations. This is the one that everyone knows. CM Punk went away for a long time. It was really weird. Yeah, Daniel Bryanson is a big star, but yet he's not from that back then, And then so you got that one star which is everywhere. If you watch Vikings, he's there. If you watch anything, Edge is just everywhere. So it's great, like you said, Marcel, and it's exciting for AEW. He's exciting to work with so many wrestlers. He was just naming them left, right, and center. Like so many wrestlers, he was like, "I can't believe I wasn't with them in the ring." Like Samoa Joe, for example, like he couldn't believe he wasn't in the ring. So he was really happy. He loved the what's called the locker room. He just loved the whole thing. You can tell him and Darby Allin, dude, they kicked it off big time. Darby Allin, catching everyone's attention.
I think the most important thing that Edge said, and really what the most interesting thing also, is that he said he was having fun, like the fun that he had when he was in the Indies. Like that's awesome. That's crazy, because I mean, obviously in AEW you get a hell of a lot more freedom than you get in WWE, and Edge had a lot of freedom in WWE.
Yeah,
but AEW is a different ball game. He's going to do some really great things, and he's really good for the younger talent as well.
Absolutely.
To me, he is the biggest signing that AEW has done. I know CM Punk, I know Jericho, I know all that, but to me, Edge, given his history and what you've just said, Rod, I think he's the biggest coup, the biggest signing that AEW has got, and he's going to do so well in that company, and that company is going to do a lot better because he's there.
And that was,
I think one of the things that surprised me, Mars, was his entrance song and the Rated R Superstar. Unbelievable that WWE let that go, and he was able to just bring it in.
Well, that's the thing, because the song is an Alter Bridge song, so WWE doesn't own the rights.
Yeah.
If you remember back in the day, they had a guy called Jim Johnson who used to do all the music, except for a couple of things. But Tony Khan's got the money to pay for these songs.
Yeah,
CM Punk used to come out to Cult of Personality by Living Colour, the original song. So I mean, and that's even at the start, like with the "You Think You Know Me," like
that's just that one moment,
man. Yeah, that's like breaking glass. That's like the breaking glass in Stone Cold, or if you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah,
that's up there with that, or the bell for the Undertaker.
Exactly. You know, Strado who's coming. He's just and they're working together. You can't tell me not. They let it go 2 years
No, they're
ago.
not.
Why
100%.
why
They're
did
not.
they do this? But look at the moment. Like Edge leaves, goes to AEW, and then Jake Cargill, the hottest star in there, goes to WWE. It's just the timing is amazing for what's happening. The way things are
They're not
happening.
working together because if they were working together, he could be called Edge.
Yeah.
No, because it's a different thing. Like I don't think no, because I think that's a big part. They are in an independent. This meant for the independents. That's what AEW was created for. It wasn't created for the big star. It was created for all the independents. So you gotta keep it independent. And that's how they do it. By changing the names and not keeping the names, you keep it independent. CM Punk keep the name because it's fucking CM Punk, you know. CM Punk, you can't change his name. He's done it for since he was in the Indies. He's always been CM Punk. It's like AJ Styles.
Because he owns the name. Because he owns the name. He owns the rights to the name.
It's like AJ Styles. He tattooed his fucking name in here, so no one can change his name. You know, so
that's because that's his initials. If it's a real name, exactly, it's protected.
Exactly. But you know, it's the way it is. But regardless of that, everything is just freaking amazing. The way they did it is just great. We got the pop finally. Another pop they were waiting for. A big way to finish. Big way to end the whole thing. Just boom. So just happy to what happened.
I think. One of the things that kind of moved me in his press conference was that his daughter said that she wanted him to be with Uncle Jay and to be happy. That was awesome. That he took that advice, and I'm sure a lot of things factored in, but listening to his daughter for that piece, that's awesome. And seeing Christian as well, man, he was trying to hold his emotion.
Oh, you have to. You're the heel.
Yeah.
And the sticker that he left for Edge for Beth Phoenix in the fridge. You guys saw the picture?
Yeah,
I've seen that one.
So he put I'm taking the dog for a walk. I'll be back later. But he spelled it out AEW, like in the different lines. So you can see AEW. Freaking hilarious, and he put in the sticker in the fridge. But man, what can we say? H. Now we're gonna hear what he's gonna say, what is happening, what he has to say, and in Dynamite, he's gonna spike up everything on AEW again. We're gonna bring it up and pushing whatever is happening. So
awesome. He's gonna fight your boy Mars, Luchasaurus.
Gonna fight Luchasaurus
match. That's gonna be a great match, man.
Yeah. And you know what this also does? This takes away the attention from all the bad publicity that happened around like CM Punk.
100%.
Like people aren't talking about CM Punk. So it's a great move. It's a great move for Edge. And it's quite clearly not just about money, because WWE would have offered him good money. This is about Edge wanting to revitalize his career and take a different road to a longer road. Yes, I mean, I haven't been this excited about AEW in a long time, or ever.
Yeah. And this is good. He's turning. He's finally turning. We got him there. Renzo. Just a little bit more.
No, I always liked it. I always liked it.
I get what you're saying. No. We heard you like many times. It's the fact that
I agree what Edge said on Insta about like, if you're a wrestling fan and you hate and you I'm only a WWE guy or I'm only an AEW guy, well then you're basically a fucking idiot, because when there's competition and there's a lot of work for a lot of wrestlers, that's a great thing for the business as a whole.
Absolutely.
We said it many times in the podcast. Like there's two clear wrestling fans in wrestling. It's the WWE people and it's the wrestling fans. That's it. That's the only two different. WWE guys just watch WWE. They don't know about anything else. Wrestling fans just watch everything, including WWE.
Yeah.
So like we hear wrestling fans.
So you can say today for the first time, Mars, the voice of violence, is all elite.
Oh, I like that. That's gonna be the title.
I like that.
Of our podcast or an episode. The voice of violence is all elite. Perfect. I love it.
Absolutely. Love it.
And let's talk about a little bit about Wrestle Dream, because a part of that, we had fucking great matches. That's hands down. Man. Some crazy nuts matches, including the last one where we saw Adam Copeland coming in. But Do we talk about the dark matches? Because not
No,
much
let's
happened
let's
there.
go straight into the ones that were impressed. I think if we could be here for a while because it was a long event, but
Oh, yeah.
I'll start with some of the
You
matches
you
that
run with this. You
really
actually, you know
impressed
what?
me.
You know what?
Yeah.
You run with this because you watch that live. You run with it, man. Fucking all yours.
Look, man, one of the matches the first match that really impressed me coming in was Chris Statlander and Julia Hart. Holy crap, Julia Hart. She's 21 and she put on a good show for the House of Black, man. She's come a long way, leaps and bounds.
She's
Although
21?
she's
Yeah.
21.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I
Hey,
know, right?
it's a house of the young people in AEW, man.
Yeah, man. She's man. She's got a great future. Very impressive match in a massive pay per view, right? So good on Julia Hart. She did a really good showing there. The interesting match for me was where they had to change the finish. I don't know if you guys noticed this one. So the Young Bucks defeated Lucha Brothers, the Guns, and Orange Cassidy and Hook. But the ones that were meant to win was the Lucha Brothers and Ray Phoenix. I think in the first 5 minutes, out.
Oh yeah,
He
was
injured
out.
himself. He was out. Yeah, so they had to change the finish, and now the Young Bucks won. So everyone's saying, "Oh no, the Young Bucks again!" But they had to change the finish on the fly. So what do you
The
do?
irony. The irony.
Yeah.
They're calling it the
Right.
curse. They're calling it the curse of the international title now. It's gonna be coming
Yeah.
at some like what's happening at the beginning with the universal title. Same thing.
Mhm.
A bit of a curse
Exactly.
that happening at the moment with short champions.
Yeah.
See what happened with Ray Phoenix because he still wrestle after. There was another match. I think it was in Mexico. If I'm
He
not
got a
wrong.
concussion. He
Got
got
a
concussed
concussion.
in this
Damn.
match, and they were like out.
Fair enough. Damn.
So yeah,
Jesus Christ.
fair enough. Swerve Strickland, the Swerve Strickland match with Hangman Adam Page. Holy shit, Swerve Strickland finally, man. He's getting some really good kudos. He's done extremely well in the last few months, man. And Adam Page really brought that match. I'm not too sure if you guys saw that match. Great friggin' match, man. Swerve
Parts of it,
Strickland
man.
deserves all the praise. The next one I think is that I thought was a standout was probably match of the year for me so far. If you like technical wrestling, oh my God. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I've heard a lot about this one. Still gotta watch it. But goddamn, but we knew what's gonna happen. We knew it. We knew Zack Saber's been asking for a while. Bryan Danielson, and this is not the last thing. Zack Sabre said this is not the end. This is gonna continue. He wants the rematch, but it's just we're looking about just by looking at these two names, really good technical wrestlers, and we saw Zack Sabre what we can do. And we know what Bryan Danielson can do. And Bryan Danielson not 100% still either. So I can't even imagine how it's going to be this match when he's 100%.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Just knowing that Bryan Danielson has still got nursing his broken arm, and just some of the moves that they did on the mat with his arm and leg. Oh, man, it's just absolutely crazy. I'm telling you guys, if you guys watch it, match of the year, it's unbelievable. And then, we had a great match with the Don Callis family, now called the Don Callis family. Takeshita, Will Ospreay. Yeah, Will Ospreay, Sammy Guevara versus Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. Amazing. Sammy Guevara got the pin in that match, so great match there. Don Callis family is just going to keep growing, and now that they've got Will Ospreay, holy shit, what a faction, man!
That faction, man.
It's intense.
I'm really liking that.
I know, man. It's great. It's amazing.
Chris Jericho, we talked about it last week when you were here, but Don Callis and Chris Jericho have been working on this for some time now. Again, if you guys haven't heard it, listen to Chris Jericho, Talk is Jericho after London. And just straight after that, listen, Busted Open with Chris Jericho, and you guys gonna have the part of the pictures, what's happening, what has been working for some time with Don Callis and Chris Jericho. This is gonna be one of the stories that's it's gonna last for a while. It's gonna be battling with the Bloodline story, neck to neck, because this is getting good slowly but good.
Yeah. Great match. FTR, and they defeated Aussie Open, but man, Aussie Open, they killed it, man. Second to last match, Aussie Open, they're so good. Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, man, it's going to be their time soon. You guys wait and see. They'll be AEW World Tag Team Champions sooner rather than later. This match proved it, and the crowd was screaming Aussie for them. It was great. And then of course Christian Cage and Darby Allin, which was the last match, and my God, Darby Allin, he does some crazy stuff. I think he's got a broken wrist now after that match.
Only that?
So yeah, only a broken wrist. I'm surprised he's not dead after he got thrown into the steel steps.
Oh, that was insane.
That was like the first one. He got thrown again. It was twice. Yeah, it's just, he's insane.
He's built different.
He's an ex-skater, so he's probably broken every bone in his body already.
And he's skinny, man. If you go like different, he's not like the biggest muscle guy. Like, he's skinny, so like the hit to the bone is pretty much straight. He's just built different. He's just tough as nails, man. That kid is just great stunner.
One of the things that was interesting in that match was the start. Darby Allin came out on his skateboard as he does, and he started smashing the skateboard on the steel steps, and the skateboard kind of exploded, right? And it one bit hit his face, like on his cheek. So before the match started, he's already bleeding.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Darby Allin,
Yeah.
Plus, it was a 2 out of 3-4 match, so like it's one of those that you need to put everything on the line. And it was 2-1. Christian Cage retains the title. But man, it just there was a great card, to be honest. It was a really good card.
Yeah, man.
With all what's happening there. Like you said, Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre, I've seen snippets of it, and just fuck me, great match.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see the lineup, you can tell they're giving a lot of opportunities to the young wrestlers now.
Mm-hmm.
He's been young wrestler against experienced wrestler, so they're giving a lot of time to this experienced wrestler. Chris Stanley and Julia Hart, she just has one of the best, I don't know, mentors at the moment. You know, you got Brody King, you got the House of Black, man. You got the House of Black helping you out. You know, what more you can ask for? And it just, she's doing great. It's just, this is a good thing because she kind of does the entry for the House of Black slowly, but then she has these matches on her own, so she can show she can wrestle. Which is awesome. Also, Eddie Kingston and Shibata, man.
Oh, man. Shibata, that was a good match too.
What a fucking... And that was the second match. Yeah. The one I didn't like and I didn't understand was the handicap match of MJF against the Righteous. Didn't like that.
The Righteous I love the Righteous, man. The Righteous is a good tag team.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking the fact that MJF won. I don't get it. Why would you give him this handicap match, man? This doesn't need to.
No.
Why is it he should not be there? Like, this match should not happen. That's the first thing, you know. And whatever the fans and all the what's been happening, but man, at least give him. You can't even give him a no title match at least. I don't know, something, but don't make it a 2-hand because it make the other tag team look really bad. That's the thing. It's just, what's the point of it, you know? If you on one handyman match, they got thrown up last minute because, you know, Adam Cole was an idiot and he fucking injured himself. You know, out of nowhere. Like, just either you lose the title or just make it something else, man. I did not like that part. I did not like it at all. You know, good for them to let themselves lose that match, but I wouldn't do that. And plus, he went for like 9 or 40 minutes. Man, fucking hell. Now, talking about MJF, what do you think about what happened last week in Dynamite with MJF? Who do you think is behind the mask, or who do you think could be behind the mask? I think we got to talk about that.
I think they're building up for. I'll say it now. Dolph Ziggler. That one's going to be a long while. Yeah, they're going to build that up. There was I think there was 3 or 4 guys that attacked. Yeah,
but it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been Dolph though. It couldn't have been.
Oh
Dolph.
no. I think they're doing it, but they're going to say, it was Dolph. Yeah,
it could have been.
Yeah.
I've got no doubt Dolph Ziggler's coming to AEW. Like I think that's a given.
After seeing Edge, I think that's just opened the door for absolutely everyone.
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, I think maybe Dolph. They're building up for a Dolph.
Yeah.
Situation.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he's kind of creating his stable on the side at the same time that he has his minions, and at the same time he has, what's happening with Adam Cole and the whole stuff. So it's doing a lot MJF lately. He's building up his exit out of AEW. To be honest, he's definitely building up the exit. This is just the way to do it.
Contract is up in January 2024, Mars.
He's building up.
Will begin.
No, he won't go. He will. He's building up. He wants to go. That's the thing. He's the same.
I know he wants to go. I'm not saying he won't go at all, but I'm saying he won't go in January, and I'll tell you the reason why. I think anyway. He is the main guy in AEW.
That's true.
He's the champ. When he's not the champ, he's still the main guy. He's not going to have that in WWE.
No, that's true.
There's a long line there's a long line he has to get to the back of.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. But
that's why I don't think he's going to go now.
But they're letting go a lot of guys. Who knows? Maybe they're building, they're preparing the road for him to get into the main roster. He's gonna. He happens.
But if you look at who they let go, there's explanations for everyone. Even the surprising ones, there's explanations for it. And none of them. MJF's already high in terms of booking, higher than everyone that was released.
Yeah,
true.
Edge wasn't released. Edge's contract ended. That's a different story.
Oh yeah, no.
And Dolph Ziggler, as far as I'm aware, and from what I can tell, and just by some of the stuff he said as well, when I went to the podcast that he was on live in LA, Dolph wanted to go. So I don't think he was released. I think he wanted to go.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I think you got a point there. I think he want to go. Being the main guy, I think he can't do that going to WWE unless they need a heel. I think that'll be the only way when the heel spot gets open. That's when they're gonna bring him in because they need that heel, man. He's a great heel.
But he's a face now.
He's a face, but that's much better as a heel. And if he goes to WWE, he'll be a heel. He's not gonna be face. That's no fucking way. No way he'll be a face.
He can't swear in WWE. He can't do half the shit he does.
Yeah,
but he'll compromise. He knows he's what's on the other side. He knows. He's MJF. You've seen. He's really smart. MJF. He knows what he wants.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
He knows what he has to do. He knows the liberty he has to give up when he goes to WWE, but he's willing to do it. Like I say, he wants to prove himself to be one of the best of all times. That's what he wants. So that's his path at the moment, and he wants to go to WWE. He will give up whatever they said to him to give up for him to be there. But he wants to make sure he will be the main guy at one point. He has all what you can ask for to be the main guy in WWE. Knowing the age of the age of all the wrestlers that are at the moment in the main roster compared to MJF, their time will come soon, and that spot's gonna be open because the guys are coming up. There's a lot of them that they're not measuring up to be in the main roster, unfortunately, from NXT. Some of them they are, another ones are not. So they're looking to bring guys from outside. Look what happened with Jake Cargill. They're looking for people. They're looking for wrestlers to come from outside to go straight to the main roster. NXT is not measuring up to be that good. I think the good times from the NXT, the really, really good times of NXT happened when Rhea Ripley was there, when Bayley was there, like that era. It was great. How many of those ones are main roster now? But if you look at the main roster now, there's a handful of wrestlers. And that's why they're also taking wrestlers from the main roster, taking it to NXT, which during that era of NXT, it was not happening. It was really rare. Like Charlotte happened to be in one of those moments. Finn Balor did at one point, but it was really rare to see someone from the main roster going down to NXT to go for title or anything like that. But now you see it really often, which is not good. Like that's another point that you don't want that to happen in the development. So you can see that the spot is getting open for MJF to come in. I think give you probably not next year, like after what you said, yeah, you got a point, but the following year probably, yeah. Probably the door is gonna be there open and they want him to have there, because if he brings people in, you want that guy to be in the main roster, you're not gonna put it in NXT. What for?
Oh, I know. I'm putting NXT.
He's gonna jump
No,
straight
no,
to the main
and
roster.
he's only 27, Mars.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know. Yeah, that's
What
a
a
good
future,
thing.
man.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
look,
Like,
I've got no doubt he's going to end up there. I've said it before, but it's just not going to happen soon.
nah, I know it's not happening in January. After what you said, no. You go all. You absolutely right. Not gonna fight that. So yeah, man, Wrestle Dream. It was a dream.
It was.
He was a
Great
fucking dream, Wrestle Dream, man. He did great. He delivered. He finally gave us the pop that we were asking for. That was missing from AEW. They missed from All In and All Out. There was missing that pop, and we just got it in there. We got great matches, and AEW can show they can do a good pay-per-view. They were shooting a bit too high in London probably, but it's just a lesson to learn. Probably next year London's going to be completely different, and we'll see what happens, man. Because it's going to be awesome now with Adam Copeland there on top of that, because he's coming as creative as well. Clearly, you can tell he's coming to help. He's coming to move people up and get people ready to move to WWE. So definitely.